A murder mystery in northeast Las Vegas. A certain mobster with ties to Las Vegas had the motive, means, and opportunity to kill Kennedy. Scary scene today for some folks staying at the Excalibur. Just a few minutes ago, we learned some information about a shooting and a man's body that was found. The man who police say robbed the Bellagio is slated to appear in federal court. 14 years of doing news, I'm still learning how to properly apply makeup. I still can't get it right. House Republicans say they are moving forward with plans to sue President Obama. Celebrate Nevada's sesquicentennial coming up on, I know it's hard to say, sesquicentennial. People all across the valley are getting some strange calls. So even though they're calling for the ceasefire, Susan, how far is Israel willing to go in all of this? Now 4:43 on the dot, a brighter morning. Actually, it's the brightest morning because it is Friday. We'll be right back.
Nevada's first choice for news. This is 8 News Now, Weekend Edition.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us for 8 News Now at 6. I'm Drawhorn. A shootout near the Strip leaves a suspect dead and dozens of officers diverting people away from the Strip. That shooting happened last night near Sahara and the Boulevard after a dramatic chase down the freeway. That's where we find 8 News Now reporter Lauren Rosella live near the scene of the crossfire. Good evening. It's 11 o'clock. Thanks for joining us. Las Vegas could see its first casino strike in 12 years. In just 6 hours, workers at one downtown casino could walk off the job if the culinary union does not reach a deal. Today, 4 casinos came to last-minute agreements. They are the Four Queens, Binion's, the Plaza, and the Las Vegas Club. They joined the D, the Golden Nugget, the Fremont Main Street Station, and the El Cortez, which all struck deals this week. The only one still in negotiations right now at this moment, the Golden Gate. Brian Brennan joins us live now from where the union leaders and the Golden Gate are trying to come to terms. Brian, if it does come to a strike, the union is in it for the long haul, right? Police are looking for other possible victims after a man was arrested for sexually assaulting a Western high school student. Metro officers tracked down 25-year-old Reginald Davis yesterday. He faces kidnapping, sexual assault of a minor, child abuse, and open and gross lewdness charges. Police say he attacked the girl early Thursday morning on the Bonanza Trail along the 95. He pulled the victim behind an electrical box. According to police, surveillance video of Davis's SUV helped locate him in about 24 hours. The coroner has identified a woman who fell to her death yesterday near Red Rock National Conservation Area. 60-year-old Linda Brock from Las Vegas fell about 50 feet in the Red Springs area. That's close to Calico Basin. It happened last night around 7 o'clock. While Metro has made multiple hiker rescues this year, this is the first death of 2014. Investigators don't know what caused her to fall. And over in Washington State, 6 people are feared dead after going missing on Mount Rainier. Helicopters search for the group of climbers today. The missing group includes 4 clients of Seattle-based Alpine Ascents International and 2 tour guides. They were due to return from their trip Friday. Search crews have found some of their equipment using avalanche detectors, but they were not able to get to the location because of the treacherous area. And one teen is taking off to follow his dream, but this is a pretty big dream. Matt Guthmiller from South Dakota took off from an airport in San Diego this morning. He plans on flying around the world by himself, and he's only 19 years old. That would make him the youngest person to complete the trek ever. During the month-long trip, the MIT freshman plans to make stops in places like London, India, Bangkok, even Egypt.
I guess the biggest thing I want to accomplish.
Flying solo isn't Guthmiller's only amazing talent. He started writing code in the 5th grade. A few years later, he was producing algorithms to predict oil prices. During his trip, he is raising money for an organization that teaches people to write computer code. No wonder he is a student at MIT. Very, very bright. And this is one massage that's not good for people afraid of snakes. Listen to this. A zoo in the Philippines is offering up snake massages. The zoo's Burmese pythons give visitors a 15-minute massage by slithering on their bodies. First, tourists get a brief do's and don'ts. Then 6 workers bring out the 13-foot python and place her on them. Zookeepers keep an eye to make sure the pythons don't harm the guests. I'll pass.
Yeah,
man.
that 15 minutes will be 15 seconds for me.
I held one of those.
How can you relax? Isn't a massage supposed to be
Right?
relaxing?
That's
Don't
a very
pythons
good
like
point.
squeeze you to death sometimes?
Yeah, very good point.
It is 5:44. What do you do when you're stuck at McCarran Airport overnight? One man made a music video on his phone. As you can see, it can be lonely there overnight. Instead of taking a cab back to the strip or partying until his early morning flight, Richard Dunn took out his iPhone, he taped it to his luggage handle, and he shot a music video lip-synced to Celine Dion's 1996 cover of All By Myself. He found plenty of ways to turn escalators and moving walkways into movie-making equipment.
It looked so bare there, too. I mean, he had full run of the place, see.
I know, but there had to be some people around thinking, what is wrong with this guy doing this thing? But it turned out really nice, and it is going viral today. I have Ken Smith's voice in my head now because he's doing his own rendition
commercial
sometimes during the break.
So I have earplugs.
Thanks to Spotify, we now know which songs Americans like to jam out to when no one else is around. So here's a look at the top 5. Cotton Eye Joe by Rednecks. Pretty high on the list after 120,000 guilty playlists were analyzed.
That is not one you hear often at all, is it? Number 4, the ultimate bar sing-along. Don't stop believing. You know it. Journey is so good. Really made a comeback, of course, when the show Glee remade it during its first season.
The next, My Sharona. Number 3. There's not really much else to say about that one.
And one you've likely heard right here on 8 News Now this morning. Wake Me Up Before You Go Go by Wham. It landed at the number 2 slot. But the most listened to guilty pleasure song, according to Spotify, Aaron.
Mambo, number 5 by Lou Bega. This song was released back in 1999. It still has quite the following.
It's got a good beat, moving along kind of a thing, you know? What do you like, Aaron?
All right, I'm embarrassed to admit this because it's guilty pleasure, so it's nothing I would ever say, but that Miley Cyrus song, I really detest everything about her and all of her antics, but this song will stay in my head, and I've been known to play this on YouTube at home on my computer when no one else is around. That's why it's called guilty pleasure. It's not anything you're proud of.
Okay.
Many people are going to be glued to Twitter today hoping to find some cash. The original hidden cash makes its way to the Las Vegas Valley today. A few hours ago, the Twitter account tweeted this out saying, it looks like possibly 2 drops and some bonuses along with the cash. That hidden cash account started in San Francisco from a wealthy donor. He was anonymous at first. It prompted copycats, including this one here in the Valley. The original hidden cash also plans to make stops in New York City, Houston, and Mexico City. But to find out the hints for the treasure hunt, go to @hiddencash. 540,000 followers. I'm sure more will be coming from Las Vegas today.
Yeah, that's 40 grand more than yesterday. Wow.
Maybe you'll have luck this Friday the 13th. Have a good one, everyone.